Well, I'm surprised this isn't dead. Anyways, welcome back to Paper Mario, everybody. It's been a long ass time for us.
Yeah,
Not nearly as long for you guys since Noah started uploading the videos that we had again. But
yeah, well, it was a while for them before the last 3 episodes.
true, but between the last episode and this episode, for them it won't have been a very long time.
And honestly, I had no real good reason to not have those uploaded sooner because I was going through them. I was able to come up with titles and thumbnails for them like relatively quickly.
Yeah, I was honestly surprised that you hadn't already uploaded them.
I just procrastinated, I guess.
You know what? I get that. Also, real quick, gonna pause things for a moment and turn your volume up. Because you're a little quiet. That's the mute button, Jacob. Don't mute Noah.
As much as you want to. No, legit, Liam threatened to mute me on one of his recent streams. Legit, I was that annoying.
What's this thing over here?
Oh boy. Yeah. Fun times.
Yeah. Pretty sure there's something over there, but I can't find it right now, so I guess we're just not gonna bother. Oh, here we go. So yeah, this is the other chest that we put a bunch of stuff. The other side of the chest we put a bunch of stuff in Peach's castle. So I'm just gonna grab some of those things before we go on to the area right before the area leading into the area. That's the final area.
Also, I guess for those watching this on release day, happy Labor Day, because this will be going out on Labor Day. I think. Yeah, it should be.
What do I just have?
But by the way, oh gosh.
I don't remember why I just put a pebble.
It won't be out by the time this goes up, because I do have a special, I have a Miserable Movie Monday planned for, this, for Labor Day. That, it just so happens to correlate with the anniversary of a related film. Of course, by the time people are seeing this, you might already know what film I watched for Miserable Movie Monday. But for the next Miserable Movie Monday today, I pre-recorded something because I wasn't sure if it would be able to go up because of copyright.
Mm-hmm.
And thankfully, and actually to my surprise, it was able to go up. So that'll be going up 2 weeks after this episode comes out. And it's a Bella Thorne movie.
Because topical. Also, Mario, can you hear me? It's been so long since I've done the voice. I'm going to open the entrance to Starway. Enter this path without fear. The Starway continues all the way up here to Star Haven. We 7 star spirits will be waiting for you here. We wish to give you our remaining power. With this power, you will be able to stand up to the Star Rod Bowser holds. We anxiously await you. Mario, make haste to Star Haven. Alright. Now, just No, you there?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was just looking at an interesting news article.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, oh, damn it. This is a fucking ember. Embers are fiery monsters forged from uncanny blue fire. Max HP 10, attack power 4, defense power 0. They may look frosty, but they're actually on fire, so fire attacks won't work. They divide themselves when they're attacked. Keep attacking them though. You'll get them eventually. They'll probably fight back. Their attacks usually deal 3 damage points. Water attacks will work well. Let's beat them before they can get a chance to burn us. Oh man, it feels weird to do that.
Well, it has been a while.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I was just looking at an article because there's an upcoming Netflix original remake of Rebecca, which, for those who don't, it started off as a classic sort of gothic romance novel that was later adapted into a film by Alfred Hitchcock. It was actually the first film he made in America and the only Hitchcock film to win Best Picture at the Oscars. I had recently saw it for the first time for my thrillers class, and I will say, while I'm not super well versed in Hitchcock's work, of the movies I have seen of him, it is probably my least favorite. But I am somewhat intrigued with this remake. First of all, it stars Lily James and Armie Hammer, so that's an interesting pairing. Lily James, people might recognize from the Cinderella remake, Yesterday, and Baby Driver, which I believe you've seen none of those.
Correct.
I don't know if there's a single Lily James movie you would have seen, actually. But Armie Hammer, of course, Social Network. Wow, I really don't know a lot of Armie Hammer movies. Oh god, I forgot Pride and Prejudice and Zombies was a thing, and apparently Lily James is in that too.
Oh yeah, that movie.
Yeah. Oh, don't tell me that's the one Lily James movie you've seen.
Oh, I have not seen it. I've just heard amusing things about it.
Yeah. Oh, she was in Darkest Hour?
Which Darkest Hour?
The 2017 one that Gary Oldman won an Oscar for?
Okay, so I have seen that one.
Okay, she's Elizabeth Late in that.
Oh, her.
Yeah, her. Alright, there's one.
Yeah, there's one.
So she's playing the female lead in the Rebecca remake. Which, contrary to what you might think based on the title, her name is not Rebecca. That confused me at first when I was watching the film. For the record, you can see the original for free on YouTube if you haven't interested in seeing it. Yeah, I don't know if this will be up, if I'll have actually made this video by this point, but for like my ranking of all the films I watched for my thrillers class, I decided I wanted to do something a little different. So instead of just ranking them from worst to best like I did for the individual units, I'm going to take a page out of, and by take a page out of, I mean directly rip off Jello Apocalypse and do every film I watched for my thrillers class reviewed in 10 words or less.
Alright, and we've reached Starhaven, but Starhaven is still not far enough to get away from quizzes. Kawi is everyone's favorite quizmaster, Chuck Quizmo. Want to the quiz? Yes. Then let's go to the question. How many windows does the Goomba house in Goomba Village have? I think 2. I don't think there are any back windows. Damn it, there were back windows. Oops, tough luck, pal. Wrong answer. Better luck next time. Well, well, so long, farewell, till we meet again. Yeah. Also, the timing that we'll be ending this series around, because we only have like 1 or 2 more recording sessions left in this series as we talked about before we started the podcast. And the timing of it actually kind of funny because, okay, so around the time we started this series, not series actually, around the time we started doing Let's Plays again, there was the rumor about the remakes of the various 3D Mario games. And at time of recording, it has been yesterday since they actually confirmed that those things do in fact exist, along with a few other things.
Yeah. I find it interesting that half the announcements they made are only going to be available until March.
Yeah, that's really weird. Although, it makes me think that they're doing something on Mario Day, because that's, like, March 10th is, like, haha Mario Day, because...
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
So I would have to assume that they're doing... just because it ends in March, I'd have to do... I'm assuming that they're doing something for Mario Day, then. Because... maybe. Because, like, otherwise, like, ending then is just... feels too... If it was any other month, it would be weird, but it ending in March specifically is just a little suspicious on my end. No. There is a hope they're doing something in March for Mario Day relating to this stuff, because just, I don't know, deleting these things off of, making these things unavailable just rubs me in many wrong ways. Also, welcome to Star Haven, everyone.
I mean, what I find interesting is, like, Nintendo doesn't do this sort of stuff often. Like, limited edition stuff like that.
At least not...
They don't do that often.
It gives great joy to hear the Star Spirit's return. Our only wish now is for the return of the Star Rod. It seems so odd to start making a wish. Yeah,
I also find it interesting, as have many memers on the internet, that Super Mario Galaxy 2 is not included in Super Mario 3D All-Stars.
Yeah, that's just really weird.
They
like, there's a lot of weird stuff going on with this.
Like, even with, like, the recap of, like, the history of Mario, I don't think Mario Galaxy 2 was included in that.
Yeah, they didn't include, but they also didn't include other games like Mario Land 2 in that. Yeah. So it wasn't, like, the only omission, but it was, like, surprisingly glaring one.
Probably the most, like, notable.
Yeah. Maybe... I don't know, there's been, like, people throwing around the idea that maybe in maybe at some point, like, they will release a special edition one that has Mario Galaxy 2 or something like that. And it feels dumb to me, but it would make sense for something to do in March, I guess. Is that what we're saying?
I've heard some people speculate that it'll be DLC.
Yeah. I mean, it just feels weird. It feels really weird for it not to be... we'll get to this in a second, but it feels really weird for it to not... Mario Galaxy 2 to not be in there. Because, like, Mario Galaxy 2 was essentially, like, in development. Like, when the stuff that became Mario Galaxy 2 was first in development, it was an expansion for Mario Galaxy 1.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, then eventually, like, it was just, like, they fleshed it out. Like, it got fleshed out enough that, like, I think it was like Miyamoto or somebody, like, told them to just make it its own game. Anyway, we'll get back to that in a minute, I guess. Potentially. Mario, you finally made it. The time has come to take the fight to Bowser's turf. Now, hold still while we 7 join together to bestow upon you our final power. The fact that power is constantly capitalized here slightly annoys me. Mario can now use Star Beam. If you use this power, you can drain the power of the Star Rod whenever Bowser uses it. Ah yes, one more thing. I have one final gift which should come in handy. It's a blue shell! That makes sense, Bowser's in first. This is the legendary starship of Star Haven. Bowser is keeping his castle way up in the sky. With this ship, however, you can reach it. Climb aboard onto Bowser's castle. We will always be with you. Whenever you are in need, use our powers to help you. Alright.
Speaking of blue shell, is it just like it seems a little strange to me that like the least talked about announcement from that Mario Direct seems to be the fucking AR Mario Kart game?
Yeah, the Ario Kart, as I've dubbed it.
That, like, if I were a kid with a Switch, that would be the most exciting.
Yeah, it really is. Oh, no, Toad.
Oh, sorry.
Look, a shooting star! Princess, come back! Princess, come back! Princess, come back! Did I really need to say that 3 times? Probably not. Did you wish for something? I hope your dreams come true. Oh, I was wishing for her to come back. Ah, that makes a little more sense. I want to see the princess. I want to see the princess. I want to see the princess. I want to eat a shroom. I want to eat shroom cake. I want to eat shroom cake. I want to eat tons and tons of shroom cake.
At least there's some variety there.
Oh, shooting star, please fulfill my wishes. Pretty please.
Cut to another tone. It's like
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
I mean, hey, it is a star.
I mean, it's like I wouldn't be surprised with all the
Chapter 8, a star-powered showdown. Sorry.
ultra weapons that they've thrown into this game already. Beetlejuice was around at this point, right? Yeah. Yeah, Beetlejuice was definitely. Beetlejuice was 88. Oh my god.
sorry,
And
here's
then
the card.
you cut and then like after the toad says Beetlejuice, it like cuts to like chapter 7.5 and sequel that everyone thought was too dumb to make into an actual movie. What was it? Like was it like Beetlejuice Goes to Hawaii?
Yeah,
or
it's
something?
Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian.
Yeah, that. Oh man, they just threw the Beetlejuice sequel as a random chapter right before the final chapter in a Paper Mario game. Oh, that'd be funny.
And I can finally title these things to name the entire game.
Oh my god, the name. This is a fucking Koopa troll. They're elite Koopa soldiers. These are the highest ranked guards of Bowser's Castle. Also, it's an annoyingly popular show with the kids these days. Max HP 8, attack power 4, defense power 3. In case you hadn't noticed, they're fitted with spikes. Don't jump on them. When their HP drops low, they'll charge up power for one last-ditch attack. The power of this desperate attack is 10. also been known to call in reinforcements when they're in trouble. Don't underestimate these nasty Koopas, Mario. Oh my god, that reminds me. Did you see the latest Innocence video?
I did not.
Well, they send the Netflix original movie Murder Mystery, which is just as painfully generic as the title would lead you to believe.
Oh, I'd be disappointed otherwise.
Yeah, no, it's really bad. Like, honestly, and this is saying a lot, probably my least favorite Adam Sandler. Yeah, that's saying something. No, there's a joke in there. One of the sins for one of the scenes is like he says, like, this scene has less tension than the most recent episode of Paw Patrol I watched with my nephew. Like, something like that.
Well, I guess we'll save the deal with those toads later or something. Because we can't talk to them now.
I don't know why, but today I was just on a CinemaSins binge and like watching old videos I hadn't seen before of theirs. Like I watched all the Sins videos they've done for the Saw franchise, for the Paranormal Activity franchise, both Blade Runner movies, Bug's Life. Saw, Paranormal Activity, Blade Runner, A Bug's Life. Long ago, the four nations lived together.
Goddamn, I didn't mean to tell me it.
Then everything changed when CinemaSins attacked.
Yeah, boy. There's something else related to the Mario Drift that I wanted to bring up. What was it?
Mario announcements? Oh, here's a question. Do you think they're gonna do more Game & Watches now?
Oh, I'm sure they're going to do at least one more of those.
Yeah, because I totally, that just seemed like a weird announcement to place first, A, and second of all, it'd be weird if they did that just for Super Mario Bros. I could totally see them at this point, because they've done all the, classic systems. Well, I mean, I say all the classic systems they've done. I could totally see them doing more of those, newer Game & Watches. I think that'd be cool, honestly. Granted, how expensive is that?
I want to say, I think I heard somewhere there was $50, but I don't know how accurate that is.
I'm gonna look that up.
Regardless, even if it is cheap, it's going to be very expensive because there's no way that Nintendo is sending a lot of those things out.
Oh yeah, they did say, it's $50.
Yeah, but it's going to be, actually getting your hands on one is going to be tough, I'm sure, because Nintendo, this is it, I think. Nintendo often falls back into its old toy company habits when it comes to releasing these kinds of things, where they just kind of do a forced, artificial scarcity of a lot of the products. Like the NES Classic was one of the most notorious ones, where it's in 3 to entire cities, and so it was almost impossible to get one for the longest time. And then even the Switch had major issues with that.
Also in that regard, I feel like they may have just learned the wrong lesson from the Wii U's failure. Because with that, I think what they took away from that possibly was that they overproduced the Wii U.
I mean, but I don't know. They do Nintendo, like I said, old toy company habits. Nintendo has done that scarcity. Damn it. Nintendo has been shown to be willing to do that kind of false artificial scarcity stuff of a lot of products.
But again,
like the Amiibos. Amiibo, that's what it was going to be. Amiibos are
think of though are post Wii U.
I mean, maybe this is during Wii U at the very least.
Well, yeah, those are the earliest one I can think of.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they don't exist. I don't know.
And then the Switch had that issue at first too. And then.
And now they're doing it. Now they're doing a different version of it with 3D All Stars, where it's a seemingly unless they do something with March that makes it actually more accessible or whatever. But at the very least, since I haven't seen what they're doing with it in March, it is effectively a forced scarcity situation where the limited run makes it artificially more valuable.
Yeah.
And they did because it works well.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I would normally a small testament to that. I think under normal circumstances I would not really bother getting 3D All Stars because I already have all 3 of those games. But the fact that the collection is only around for a limited time makes me kind of tempted to buy it, even though I don't need to under any circumstance.
I mean, there's always the soundtrack, which you can totally find on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I was watching a Peanut Butter Gamer's reaction video. God damn it, it's out again. Reaction video to the direct, and when they got to that part, he goes, "Oh sweet, I won't even need to switch what I'm doing to get copyright stricken by Nintendo for using the music."
Nice. No, but I was gonna say, well, speaking of copyright strike, I would find it hilarious if in the Super Mario 64 section of the soundtrack, they just had a bonus track that is the Siva Gunner version of Dire Dire Docks that's combined with My Boo. That is certainly in my top 5 favorite Siva Gunner remixes. So, I don't know if I ever told you this, but, I got introduced to Siva Gunner because of, high school theater.
Really?
Literally, they would, the guys would play, a select few Siva Gunner remixes in the dressing room as we were getting ready for shows. It was, that one, that one was probably, the overall favorite amongst the theater guys. But they also, another commonly played one was the Dr. Mario Soldier Boy one, which is my favorite. I'm trying to think of any others.
Real quick.
Really, the first time we're seeing Hammer Bros?
Yeah, well, titling them at least.
Alright. These are the fucking Hammer Bros. You've seen these punks before, haven't you? Max HP 12, attack power 5, defense power 0.
1.
What?
It was 1.
Oh, okay. Be careful of that hammer. If it hits you, you'll get shrunk in a wink. Oh.
That's correct, yes.
That's a thing they can do now? Okay. Wait, well, I guess actually, technically, they can do that in the other Mario games, but that raises the question of why all enemies can't do that in this game, considering technically in regular Mario games, all enemies can do that. Technically speaking. When the Hammer Bros get desperate, they'll hurl a ton of hammers, so watch out, or watch it. Those guys have been a pain for ages. In fact, 35 years at this point.
Yeah.
So let's give them an old-fashioned whooping. As always, they're not to be underestimated.
Speaking of 35, one other thing we haven't brought up from that.
Oh, the Battle Royale?
Yeah, the Battle Royale.
I'm not gonna lie, it took me until watching someone else's reaction to the direct, which was my second time seeing the announcements, to realize that the 35 instead of 99 was because of the 35th anniversary.
But also imagine that. I'd also imagine that. Okay,
Oh, yeah,
that it strikes me as something that just like works better with a smaller number of people anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, 99 would be difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's push it up.
It also makes me wonder, like, because I'm sure, like, this is, I mean, it's not the first Nintendo Battle Royale we've got. I'm sure it won't be the last, but that makes me wonder, like, what other ones they could do.
Well, there's been some speculation since Zelda's 35th anniversary is also coming up.
Oh, no, you know what Battle Royale I want?
What?
Balloon Fight.
Oh God, that would be great, and it's so obvious. That's so obvious when you actually think about it. Jesus.
Yeah, like, I played Balloon Fight for the first time on, like, a Fortune Cookie stream, like, many years ago, back when I did those. And I just had so much fun with it, and was like, honestly, like, if this were made into a Battle Royale, it'd be the one Battle Royale I would play.
Honestly, yeah, that would work really well for a Battle Royale. How there's gotta be somebody, like some obscure person who's done that.
Yeah.
Cause that's just Anyway,
Yeah, I mean, since I'm Bowser.
yeah, me as well.
Welcome, world. I'm called the guard door of Bowser's castle. It's my job to keep suspicious types from entering. That's why Bowser is hardly ever able to get inside his own castle and through the back window. He programmed me very poorly. You must be Mario. Let me guess. Do you want to go through here? Oh, you don't? Well, I guess. You want to get to the other side of this wall, right?
Yes.
Aw, now I'm curious what will happen if you say no. Because I was going to make a joke about it, but then they gave you a choice. Okay. Okay then. Stand in front of me. Closer.
Yes, good.
Closer. Are you standing squarely in front of me? Okay then, I'll let you go through. Ah, of course. You fell for it, worm. You'll never escape from that unpenetrable... impenetrable prison. Try all you like. All you'll do is exhaust yourself. I'll tell you what, if you make it back up here, I'll let you go through. How's that? I mean, I really shouldn't be making this deal with you, especially since you literally called Jumpman in another life. I know you'll never make it. I hope you have a good time shaking and crying down there.
Okay, so now we deal with those settlers. What is the point of? Okay, well, I'll talk to a couple.
This would have happened. This wouldn't have happened if we had better defenses. I don't know if I can ever apologize to Princess Peach. It doesn't matter. Saving her is all that counts now. Oh, Mario, you came at long last. As you can see, we're in a horrible situation. Princess Peach is, who knows where. And Princess Peach is who who knows where. And her beautiful castle is being run by Bowser's horrid staff of rejects. Nothing fills me with more joy than serving this castle with my heart and soul. But right now, there's nothing I can do. We have no choice but to rely on you now, Mario. Please, at least save our dear Princess Peach. Fuck the rest of us. We have a collective lifespan of like 5 years max, anyway. I actually don't know how long a troll can live for. I mean, obviously, probably quite a while. I mean, I've got like a white mustache, so like that is a surefire sign that I am old.
There we go. It's a piece of cake to break these walls. The material's weak. These are much easier than the walls of Koopa Bros' fortress. Hey, we heard that! Oh, it sounds like the second to last echo is broken. You're really lucky you have me alone.
Along.
Along! Wow, that almost got really weird. Oh, aren't you?
Oh, speaking of second to last echo broken, this is the perfect opportunity for me to just say that the new Phineas and Ferb movie, Candace Across the Universe, is so fucking good. It's like, anyone who's listened to the podcast and heard me gush about how great Invader Zim Enter the Fortress is, everything I said about that is absolutely true for Candace Across the Universe as well. It just perfectly captures the spirit of the show, while also giving us a new, fresh story with the characters. And also, it was a much needed quality cleanser after watching New Mutants. Like, yeah. Which again, don't go to theaters if you don't feel confident that it's safe. My local theater's operating at 25% capacity, and also it was New Mutants. There was only one, or like there was one
Can't just
couple
go on
in the theater with me. So like, not that many people were going to see. Although it did do like, apparently it did like well for opening weekend, at least for, you know, I think it did better at the box office opening weekend than people were expecting during this time. So like, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, also New Mutants is definitely not worth going to the. I just saw it because I need to see all the X-Men movies, essentially, and I don't know. I just felt like going to a movie and didn't want to wait for this one because I was already hearing like, oh, it's the worst one. It's not the worst X-Men movie by any means, but like it's up there.
You know, I quote unquote look forward to being able to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird though. Like, again, whenever you see it and we end up doing our podcast episode on it, be prepared for another pitch. Not for for me rewriting New Mutants, but for me actually making an additional, like, one last Fox X-Men movie that will actually build off of everything that's been promised in the past few movies. Because they were setting up something really cool that we unfortunately won't get to see, at least not in the way it was originally intended, which, depending on who you ask, may be for the best, but... Yeah. What? Anyway, this isn't an episode of the podcast, although a lot of times we treat it as such.
We really do. I think just because, like, at least for you, like, moves has become, like, one of the easy things to talk about.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I am not good at coming up with conversation topics, so it just kind of defaults to you.
Oh, dude. Oh, actually, here's something you'll find interesting.
Ooh, what?
Have you heard about the Scooby-Doo project?
Which Scooby-Doo project?
It's just called the Scooby-Doo project. Apparently, oh, hang on. Speaking of Scooby-Doo, whoa, Mario is like right there. Now what are we supposed to do in this situation? Kimmy Koopa like told us something, but I'm like trying to told him like man. I think she like told us not to let him touch that switch. Oh no. Oh, do you think that means we have to like fight him? No! He'll, like, wipe the floor with us, man! Wow, yeah, I really haven't had a lot of practice with the OG Shaggy voice. Okay.
Rock your money maker. We should be afraid of Wario, huh? It's not so bad. Whatever happens, we can't let him push that switch. Do you care that Ring Rouser needs our help? Come on, take this rumor. Show him what you're made of.
Wah! We have no choice. Gotta be brave. Gotta be... Attack! So, how have we not seen a blue Magikoopa yet? Are you kidding me? Or is this Kamek?
No, we definitely have seen a blue Magikoopa before. Did I seriously not tattle him?
I have no idea. This is a fucking Magikoopa. You've seen these shits before. Why am I reading this? The elite magicians of the Koopa clan. Max HP 11, attack power 6, defense power 0. Tread carefully, Mario. The magical attacks pack a serious punch. Just like the 7 other fucking variants. They know many nasty spells. We
Like
better-
gun and punch.
That- Wait, okay, I heard punch. Was the first one you said gun?
Yeah.
Is that a thing they can do in any of them?
No, it's a D&D joke where like the joke is essentially that like certain classes can't use magic at all, like can't actually use magic on their own. So the joke is that like they just have only cast really specific spells. So barbarians can cast punch. Like, no, they cast sleep by punching someone.
Oh man.
And
We
then
better
so
be
on and
them
so forth.
before they can do anything crazy, like pull out a fucking gun. God, that would just change everything. No, imagine if instead in Paper Mario: The Origami King, instead of making Kamek like obsessed with cleaning, he just pulled out a fucking gun.
God, that would be great.
Oh no, but anyway, the Scooby-Doo project, I just learned about this today. Apparently, that, I think 1999, back when the Blair Witch Project came out, Cartoon Network did a 24-hour Scooby-Doo marathon for Halloween, and they had the framing device for it that was a Scooby-Doo parody of the Blair Witch Project.
Oh God!
During the commercial breaks, they would be showing clips of like the mystery game out in the woods, like found footage style, but it's like the animated characters in like a real ass forest. And they straight up die at the end. It has the same ending as the Blair Witch Project. Like, it gets dark. Like, there's some funny moments in there, but it, like, straight up implies that they die.
Well, I can't wait to see the film theory episode on that then.
Oh, God. I can't wait till the dubbers of it. You can find it all on YouTube, and I totally want to dub it.
I know, man. I'm up for that.
Hey, what do you know? It looks like the lava cooled off. It looks like it hard enough to walk on, too. Awesome! You rule, Mario!
Alright, now we can just walk through this area like a normal person.
Mario pulls out a diamond pickaxe, mines out a couple pieces, so it's like, I'm saving these for later. Then you get to the final fight with Bowser, and he's giving, like, some, like, evil monologue, like they do. And then, like, Mario just sort of, like, builds obsidian around him, and then takes a flint and steel and sends Bowser into the fucking nether. God, I've just been going off on, like, just a lot of, like, weird alternate history Paper Mario stuff today. Like, first it was Beetlejuice 2 in the game, and then fucking Magic Koopa with a gun.
Please do me a favor and Photoshop that into the thumbnail.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, in fact, I'll take a note on it so I don't forget. Yeah, that is absolutely going in the thumbnail.
Oh, I forgot about those things.
Oh my god. I was going
on YouTube Mobile to check what episode number this is. I think it's 24. But I just wanted to double check. But I found Game Grumps community post. And it's a preview. It's just the caption is a preview of tomorrow's episode, and it's a frog clutching a golf ball. So back.
Yeah, nice. Also,
Better than a previous episode. That's cool to get confirmation of it.
we got new enemies, but I can't tattle them because the room is too dark to tattle them in.
Oh. Wow, got a new subscriber from today's episode of Paper Mario.
Well, I guess hello to that one new guy. Or gal, or neither. There we go, that's the direction on the classic controller. Okay.
Yeah, in fact, the thumbnail isn't just gonna be Magic Koopa with a gun. I'm gonna combine all the shit. It's gonna be Magic Koopa holding Beetlejuice at gunpoint in the Nether.
I guess that means we can't come up with anything else for that joke this episode, because it's already achieving maximum level of complication.
Yeah.
Damn it, messed it up.
I mean, I've done some complex thumbnails for this before. Like the one time I had Zeus guy in like a lightning cloud striking down at all the fucking pokies you encountered, and then I titled the episode Operation Desert Storm.
Oh god.
Which, like, I only thought of that joke because in an episode of a podcast I listened to called the Lunch Club Podcast, there's this really funny YouTuber who's part of that group named Jay Schlatt, and in one of the episodes, and for like their YouTube uploads, at least of the newer episodes of the podcast, they have like face cam.
Uh-huh.
And Jay Schlatt is wearing an Operation Desert Storm sweatshirt, and like the other guys asked him where he got it, and he went into this elaborate story about how he is an eBay scam artist, essentially. He has 2 eBay accounts, one for like lowballing like sellers, like being like, oh, this shit isn't worth like $20. I'll give you like $1 for it, and that shit. And then he has the other account. And he's like, hey, something tells me someone's been trying to lowball you on the price. How about you sell it to me for like $10? Like that sort of thing.
It's very elaborate, wow.
Yeah, no, he is such a funny dude. Like, he's such a funny YouTuber. He's been going on a series of videos lately where he's just gotten terrible Wii games on eBay. And he has a regular guy that he gets the Wii games from. Obviously, it seems like he's not actually scamming this guy. This guy who keeps selling him these Wii games always sends like some weird Japanese candy or something along with the game, or like some extra. It started off as just Japanese candy, but now it's just like whatever like extra thing he didn't order. Like I forget what the newest one he did was, but he played like he played the Deal or No Deal game on Wii. I forget what the guy sent him, and the guy also like watches the videos too. Yeah, no, he's just he's a very unique sense of humor too, as well. Oh man, the one of the first videos I saw of him actually, at least his individual stuff, was he was playing Babysitting Mama. And this is like somewhat funny, but also like somewhat really dark, so I apologize.
Oh boy.
So you know how Babysitting Mama has like the baby peripheral that you stick the Wiimote into?
I know now.
Oh gosh, you haven't seen Babysitting Mama. Oh yeah, no, it literally like Babysitting Mama comes with a plush baby that you put the Wii remote in the back of the baby, and then I forget if the nunchuck is part of. Yeah, no, the nunchuck is part of it, and you have to and the nunchuck comes out the back, and this is important because he was playing the game, he got angry with the game. And so he just set the he hung the nunchuck from something, so the baby was just dangling from the ceiling. So it kind of looked like the baby was hanging itself. But then he threw something at it, and it fell down to the point where the safety strap of the Wii remote actually formed a noose around the baby.
Oh God!
It's really dark and also really funny. Oh, it's just so unfortunate, but also you can't script that. It's just the look on his face too when he sees it happen. It's just, oh man.
You got that. Not the baby part, but the early part, the eBay part reminds me of. This is one comedian. I can't remember the name of this comedian, but he has several bits on available on YouTube, through TED Talks and shit, where essentially okay, well, his TED Talk ones are based around basically fucking with spam emails.
Oh yeah.
They'll send him a spam email, and then he'll just come up with some randomly he'll just come up with some absurdist way to mess with them.
Oh yeah.
So there was one one of them was weird. It's one of them was one of these oh, give me your bank information and I'll send you this gold or whatever, and you just and he got he got the chain of absurdities to get to a point where he was able to get to the scammer just start using code words like random. Like, so, I can't remember exactly what was to what, but it was like bank was like gummy bears, and like everything was like some random ass candy.
Oh, nice.
And there was one. There's another bit that I saw, and that's on YouTube. It was some guy like texted it like some guy in the building that he lived in for a while. Like texted him thinking that he was the landlord, and despite like he tried to say no, I'm not the landlord. But the guy insisted that he was in fact the landlord, so he just kept started pretending to be the landlord of the building.
It's like fucking, like Ghostbusters when, Venkman comes to Dana's door after she's been possessed by Zool, and she's like, "Are you the keymaster?" And he's like, "No," and then she shuts the door, and then knocks again, and he's like, "Are you the keymaster?" He says, "Yes, I am the keymaster."
And then that one got to a point where like. Because like the guy texted, was trying to text his landlord because there was an issue with like something about like steam in his bathroom or something, and so like the guy started like texting him back like these elaborate like mini animations where like he'd explain like his plan to do like the steam or the temperature issue or whatever by taking out walls of the bathroom.
Oh no.
And eventually escalated to like him sending an animation of how he would fix the issue by taking out every wall in his apartment to improve airflow.
Yeah. Don't scam people unless you can come up with something really elaborate.
I like that. It's not don't scam people, it's don't scam people unless you can do unless you put a lot of effort into it. Like, yes.
Also, now I'm just once again reminded of the bit from the real-time fan dub of the Spider-Man PS4 game, which I've told you about on recording before, but it's the one where like Peter gets an email from Octavius, and it's like, "Peter, I just got this email from a Nigerian prince. He wants to give me $10,000." But that happens right before Peter gets the new suit. And so, like, Peter gets the new suit, and he's like, and the actress playing Peter is like, "Oh, I'm so glad Octavius followed up with that Nigerian prince, because now I have $10,000 to upgrade my suit!" It's just, like, the quick thinking, like, I'm always super impressed with just how quickly they come up with like brilliant jokes and like payoffs to earlier lines in those real-time fan dubs. It's just really amazing to watch and listen to. Yeah. It's too bad two of those members are no longer part of the group. Oh, I don't know if I actually told you about that.
I feel like you mentioned it at some point.
Yeah. I mean, I won't get into its more specific details, but like, yeah, two of the members of Real Time Fan Dub are, they did some bad shit. As has been the case with a lot of YouTubers in the past year.
Yeah.
So, yeah. On the plus side, the leader of the group has confirmed their next upcoming dub, which is apparently going to be Until Dawn.
Oh. Until dub.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure they'll. I'm sure that like marketing for it will make some sort of reference to that.
Anyway, so we've gotten to this strangely familiar looking room after exploring through the various underbellies of Bowser's Castle, and we've reached a light-filled door. But before we go through that door, I think we're at about time to end this episode. So, next time on Paper Mario, we'll be progressing even further into Bowser's Castle, and I don't think we'll be getting to Bowser next episode, but we'll be getting close to Bowser next episode. So until then, I'm Jacob.
I'm Noah. Peace.
Adios.